Let's do traditional box braid. Actually, it was not box braid, it was just random braids because I could not get box braid on this one. We're going to use this hair. One thing I love about this hair, it's very soft, the texture is very good. And if you want to get your hair well smooth when you're braiding and also less wastage, I would recommend you comb it first. Look at how nice and clean it looks. So yeah, so this is what I do, and therefore we are going to do this braid. It's not a box braid, it's the random box, it's the random braids. I don't know how it's called, but it's the traditional braiding. So her hair is very, very short. So what I do is that I'm going to leave for you a link on this on the ways to braid. I use the second style when I'm braiding because that makes me have a very good grip of short hair. Usually I have two techniques of doing the braids. I have the rubber band one, and then I also have the one that you grip the hair and then you wrap the other hair around it, the way you can see me doing it. I love the second one because it makes me have a control and also have tight grip of the hair, and therefore I can see how tight the hair is. The rubber band one, I don't think if it can work for me. So for this client, this is the third time I'm doing her hair. The first time I did her hair was very short, and therefore she stayed with it. She did traditional box braid, and then she stayed with it for 2 months. And guess what she did? Instead of coming back because I was so much booked, she decided to cut her hair. So this time round, I told her not to cut her hair. If she needs to do her hair, she can tell me, and then she undo her hair like maybe a week or one day before she comes in. So at least this time round, she was able to keep that promise. This is the third time I'm doing her hair. One thing I love about her is that she was able to let me know earlier in advance before she could undo the previous hair that we did. And therefore, we are just trying to do this hairstyle because this one helps you with the growth of hair. If you want your hair to grow faster, do these traditional braids. It makes the hair grow really quickly. It's a very nice protective hairstyle. And therefore, this is what I recommended for her so that we can have her hair back. She has very beautiful hair, full length, 4C natural black looking hair. I love her hair. It's only that one thing she doesn't know. She's not patient enough to wait for appointment. If the appointment is too long, she'll remove it, and she doesn't mind cutting her hair. And you know what? If she cuts her hair, I lose my business. So, I need to keep her on her toes to keep her hair on. So anyway, I love her hair. So it took me a little bit longer to do this hair because it's short, and therefore the parting you have to do it like small braids. Happens to this middle part. When you're braiding hair, when you reach this part, it doesn't move. You feel like you're just doing things backwards. So anyway, I was in this middle part. The hair is so much, and I was trying to braid, and it was not. I felt like I was already tired at this point. But one thing I loved about this session is that we were doing the worship songs and we were singing, and the whole thing was just a lot of vibe. I didn't feel like I should finish doing her hair because she's just so much of vibe. I loved doing her hair. The process was so enjoyable. The session was so enjoyable. And I think as you do your hair, as you do continue doing clients hair, you'll always know every client's vibe. One thing I know about her is that she loves worship music, and therefore when she comes to my salon, the first thing I hand over to her is the remote, because I know that time you're going to sing, we're going to dance, I'm going to dance, she's going to sit down. Yes, because I'm doing her hair. So anyway, so this is what we have. This is what we were able to braid. She wanted to have curls at the ends. And one thing I also do, I love doing braids with curls because it also saves me a lot of time. I don't know if you go to the salon and someone wants you to do braids with curls, that is what we love. And one thing I don't hesitate to do is to apply mousse. One thing I've noticed is that when I apply my mousse to my braids, especially when it's going to be curls at the end, and then I dip them in hot water first, and then I put the curls, I always get these defined, nice looking curls. I don't know whether that is something that you've also discovered, but that is how I get my curls. So that is what I'm currently doing, and therefore I'm going to put them in the curl rods, and then we dip them in the hot water. I don't go low on my mousse, and this water was boiling water. So therefore, yeah, so that's what we have. You see how defined my curls look like? Yes, that's what you're going to unwrap all of them, and therefore this is what we have as our final look. I love the final touches. Thank you so much. And then of course we need to do the final touches of the spray. So this is what we have as our final look. Thank you so much if you watched my video up to this far. May God bless you, and just leave your comment. Thank you. Bye.